Show? Download the podcast at kcaaradio.com.
KCAA.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Palmtrees in Progress Presents on NBC KCAA 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1050 AM in the Inland Empire and worldwide on all streaming platforms. I'm your host, Erick Osario, and joined with us as always is better half of the show, Andrew Berkeley Big Dog Tavares.
What is up, big cuz?
What up, man? How's it going, dude? How are you doing?
Doing good, dude. Another week, another dollar, right?
Another week, another dollar. hey, so are you back in the OC right now, or where are you at?
Dude, I am. I'm back. I'm in Fullerton right now.
Okay.
So sorry I couldn't jump on the metro to get out there.
Riding on the metro. Yeah. You overslept?
I did.
You overslept, and for the listeners, the metro was at 4:16 p.m. I believe, right? So you overslept. All right. Man,
I did.
Berkeley changed you, bro.
Airport this morning. It was early.
You just touched down or what?
No. Carissa took off to Washington. She went to Seattle. She's going to go see an artist this weekend. So I dropped her off at the airport like at 5.
Nice. That is pretty cool. Was she going to, you said Oregon?
Seattle.
Oh, Seattle. Okay, that's pretty cool. Do you know who she's going to go see?
SZA?
Sick. Kill Bill, and there's another song I know I've heard before on the radio, so I get it. Kill
Bill one's pretty cool.
Yeah. Chill Bill, am I right? Yeah, dude. Tell her not to get too sad out in Seattle. I hear the weather has a way of doing that. But as always,
you're gonna be sleepless.
I've never seen the movie, so I don't get the reference. As always, we got a great show planned for the listeners. We'll be chopping it up a bit, going over some news articles that we skimmed and pretended to read, as well as talk about some recent viral videos. But a little before that, we'll be introducing our guest, Be Local Riverside himself, Mark Menzies. And Andrew, do we have anything else to catch up on before we bring him in?
No, I think I had a pretty boring week. How about you?
Yeah, pretty boring week. Sunday, I spent all Sunday hungover. Don't tell the boss, but I had to come in, open up at the station, and I was hungover most of the time. It was pretty bad. I was probably like holding in throw up for like the majority of my shift. Just getting sweats, and it's cold in the morning. I'm like, they're like, why is this guy sweating so much? And I mean. So I don't want to get into it. Sunday morning might have some some church service shows, but hey, I felt the spirit, baby. I felt the spirit.
I did see your story posted. I'm like, wow, he's there early.
Yeah, let's go. And I promise I didn't get that many hours of sleep. I went to I went to a Riverside brewery actually. We'll probably get into that and ask if our guest has gone there. I went to go see a couple bands play, and oh man, the name escapes me of what it was called. But one of my friends was a DD, so I went a little extra hard in the paint. Remember, and then I looked at photos.
So it was a good brewery.
It was a great brewery, yeah. And I looked at photos the next day on my phone. I was like, I don't remember taking these with people I don't remember that I met,
That's
and then,
the best.
Yeah. I browned out because then a couple memories came to me where I was like, oh yeah, I wore someone's coat. Someone had a coat there, and I was like, that's a sick coat, dude. And then I remember wearing it and then being like, I gotta go to the restroom. Can I wear this in the restroom? And they didn't mind. They didn't mind. Yeah, they did not say no. And I'm like, all right, dude, I hope it's not dragging because, you gotta, then at that point, you gotta burn the coat.
It sounds like your boyfriend's jacket on you.
Hey, man, chill out, bro. You know what? What me and my boyfriend do on our own business. Jacob actually drove, so you know what? As my girlfriend usually says, he is my boyfriend. So, they get jealous of each other just like you do. All right, want to bring on our guest?
I do. Let's bring him on.
All right. So now let's introduce our guest, Be Local Riverside himself, Mark Menzies. But before we do that, got to give him his proper introduction with some music.
Said I'll take some hell. Yeah. She said I'll take some hell. Yeah. Said I'll take some hell. Yeah. I get by with a little help from my friends. I get by with a little help from my friends. I get by with a little help from my friends. I get by with a little help from my friends. Now ain't that right?
All right. Now, thank you for Greaseball for letting us use that track for the segment part of the show. And thank you, Mark, for taking the time and being part of the show, man.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. Appreciate you guys inviting me out.
Oh, yeah, of course. And just in case I butchered your last name a little bit, you could introduce yourself and let the listeners know where they could find you and a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so it's Mark Menezes. You were super close. Like,
Sweet.
you were right there.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, but it's a tricky one.
College try.
Yeah, so Mark Menezes, own and run Be Local Riverside. So we are on Instagram and TikTok as that, just Be Local, B-E, Local Riverside. And we also launched a magazine that's kind of the printed version of the social media. So we just do all things Riverside. Daily videos on local restaurants, food, businesses, things that are happening, history about Riverside, just 100% Riverside.
Yeah, 100% Riverside. That's right. So congrats on the release of that issue, and it's the 2023 issue.
2023, yeah.
Right, and then you can catch it. You can also find it at certain establishments.
Yeah, right now it's exclusively at Made in Riverside, the Made shop. It's on Magnolia by the Riverside Plaza.
Oh, sick! Shout out to Made.
Yep. So you can pick it up right there now. It's free.
Awesome! Heck yeah!
And there's a digital version as well. It's fully digital. You can get that as well.
Okay, and where can we find that?
BeLocalPub.com.
BeLocalPub.com.
Yep.
Awesome. And, I was bringing up some breweries right before we brought you on the show. I guess I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you have any of top, couple favorite breweries out here in Riverside?
Yeah, when you were talking, I was trying to figure out which one you were talking about. Was it the Packing House?
It was.
I knew it.
Yeah, dude. It was it was a punk show. So
I was like, it sounds like he's talking about the Packing House.
Yes, great place. First time visiting it, and it was awesome. They did not overserve. They didn't overserve, just to let it be known. But it was a great time. First time there, I'll make sure to go back.
Yeah. Good beer, good people. They do a lot of shows there too.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I was gonna say that would be a cool segment to have Mark do. We try to describe a place to him to see if he can nail it.
He's like, I already. Come on, give me something hard.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, my cousin's not from Riverside. He's from Fullerton. But he brought up something I thought that us Riversidians can laugh about. He's like, you should bring up that taco spot that you recommended to me. And I was like, bro, for sure, Tio's Tacos is what he was talking about.
Yeah.
The one with the recycled art. And
Yep.
I was like, dude, I know this guy's for sure covered it. And, and let's, am I right?
Yep. We've done it.
Yeah, for sure. I imagine that. I mean, that's a staple in Riverside.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I actually went with, we were talking before about Jesse, sucks to be the plant guy. Him and I went and had lunch there and did a video.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. What did you order for the video, and is that what you usually get?
Gosh, I eat so much food now. I'm trying to remember what I had there.
Yes, yeah.
I think I did just their red burrito. We got the shrimp, what's it called? Shrimp cocktail, which was really good.
Oh, okay.
But I think I did just their standard burrito.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, yeah.
So I mean, Eric, I know you brought it up to me. You bring it up to me when I go out there, but you don't ever take me there, which seems really weird. But
I just tell you about how good it is. I'm like, dude, you gotta try the nachos, the pastor on there. It's a wrap.
And you tell me when we're online.
After
I'm gone.
I'm like, dude, you get a Corona Familiar there. It's a big boy.
Awesome.
Let the kiddo walk around.
Big specialty, I mean, I'm sure in tacos, burritos, everything. Do they have I know sometimes some of these restaurants have burritos the size of an arm.
Yeah, their burritos are the size of a forearm. A lot of people get the wet burritos and stuff like that.
Yep.
I feel like that's a pretty popular dish. Because I am one of those guys that when I see someone walking out with a dish with the waiter or something like that, or the patrons, I'm like, well, what do they get? And did I make the right decision?
Yeah, it's a crazy spot too. It's a full city block that they have, and it's just tons of it's all recycled, upcycled art, basically from trash, most of it. They use a lot of you'll see huge sculptures made out of cans that they use from the restaurant, but it covers an entire city block. It's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Really awesome. Andrew, why don't you take your lady? You always talk about your lady on the show. You won't shut up about your girlfriend. Why don't you take her here one day, huh? Hit up the Cheech Museum. Hit up the Cheech Chicano Art Museum, and then go there afterwards.
Dude, I know. I feel like I have a perfect day. I feel like I have a lot to do in the Inland Empire. I mean, There's so much. It's really
And then
cool.
go hit up the sesh to pick up some weed afterwards, but don't leave without doing that, Andrew.
I heard that's what the IE's known for too.
So
That's
save
what I
yourself a
hear.
couple doll hairs.
That's funny.
Yeah. But go on, Andrew.
No. I was gonna say it's really cool. Like I said, Mark, thank you for for coming on the show. I'm sorry I couldn't be out there, but I was telling Eric, like, I saw you on Instagram, and the way that you covered all of the different spots in Riverside, I was telling him, I'm like, dude, this is really cool. We need to get him on the show. Like, I've been really liking a lot of. I think there's a Be Local Los Angeles or Local Los Angeles guy that I also follow. But I mean, that's just kind of been my segue into figuring out. I have an Orange County Instagram I follow, an LA one, my Riverside one, and it's really helpful. It's awesome. So I was really stoked when you told me you were down to be on the show. I'm like, that's so cool.
Andrew, why are you plugging the other local guys? Get out of here, bro.
That's all right. It's not
sorry.
Riverside.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No.
They're all great.
We're gonna make a beef
my favorite.
track right after the end of the show. I totally get what you mean. Yeah, it's dope to see. I mean, with social media, it's awesome to be able to show off to people like my cousin who would not have any idea of the hidden gems that are in Riverside, So sometimes I'm sure people are going to come visit the Nas Event Center for a rave or for whatever kind of festival they have there. Now, maybe because of your page, they're going to be like, hey, I'm going to go spend some more money in downtown Riverside or some of the shops and spots that you put on.
Yeah, it's cool too because with the magazine, we mostly focus on new movers into the city of Riverside. So basically 30 to 45 days after someone moves to Riverside, which most of those people right now are coming from LA and Orange County.
Yeah.
My magazine will just show up at their house, and it kind of serves as a, hey, get to know the city you just moved to. But the great thing about social media and the algorithm is I'm able to get in front of them even before that.
Right.
Get connected with them.
Yeah.
But my favorite comment I've ever gotten, someone said, hey, man, you're making it really hard for me to crap on Riverside.
That is awesome.
Was my,
Yeah.
I want to get that comment framed.
Oh, dude, for sure.
Awesome.
Oh, that must have made you feel really proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great T-shirt.
That is great T-shirt. Yeah, that should be the logo or something like that, or a catchphrase.
Be Local Riverside. We make it hard to crap on Riverside.
Yeah. It kind of rolls off the tongue. Hey, yeah, the thing about, like you said, the magazine. Andrew, a little before the show, he mentioned how he gets the address to new Riverside residents, and he has his magazine shipped right to their front door. So that's really awesome. And then say for the adults, the older generation who might actually have take the time to look through tangible books and magazines, they'll look through it. But then with the algorithm on the social media, then you got the kids pestering to be like, yo, let's hit up this spot. This black and white cookie is supposed to be the bomb over here.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how it's blown up too, where if I go in a restaurant, it happens pretty often that I've done a video on. Someone will come up to me, and they'll be like, man, I'm here because I saw your video.
Yeah.
And they're kind of freaking out, and now I'm looking at you. It's weird.
Did you hop out of the phone? Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of places that I have tried because of social media, saying, going viral. And I'm like, oh man, they're up the street from me. Awesome. Yeah. Have you done any pokey spots? Have you put on any pokey spots?
I haven't. No.
Okay.
I have a list that's
Awesome.
just insanely long of places I need to hit up. But
Yes. Yeah.
do you have a favorite one?
I have a favorite pokey spot. I'm a little sadder because they used to have a lot of pints, a lot of Golden Road Brewery stuff, and then other kind of craft beer there too on draft, which was pretty awesome. But I believe recently they're just doing it out of cans and bottles. But I mean, I still go pick up my pokey bowls to go, and it's called Low Key Pokey. They went kind of viral a couple years ago for
Is that by the plaza?
It's not by the plaza. It's by off of La Sierra.
Okay.
Yeah, it's off of La Sierra and Magnolia. But they went viral a couple years ago for their sushi burrito and sushi, the sushi burrito and then sushi sandwich. And it was when everyone was putting hot Cheeto dust on the outside of stuff. So that was one of the things that I was like, yo, I got to try this. And that was too much rice. It was too thick of rice for me to like that. But their poke bowls, they smack. Smack.
I'll have to check them out. Low key, like L-O-K-I or?
Yeah, it's L-O-K-E-Y.
K-E-Y, okay.
Pokey. Yeah. And man, I got to go send them this clip. Be like, yo, I put you guys on. Can I get a discount on this bowl, please? That's all I'm asking. Not for free. Oh, man.
Hey, Mark, I wanted to ask, so how did you, going back to like the social media, is that how you first started? Was that your social media, like on Instagram? Is that kind of how you got kicked off into this? Or like, how did you get into, wanting to show all the local spots in Riverside?
Yeah, so I grew up in Riverside, and I actually went to school back east, so I moved away for a number of years and then came back about 4 years ago. And my main thing I've done for like the last 12 years is publishing. So I've created and started a handful of magazines. And so when I came back here, I started one for the Inland Empire in the real estate world, and was transitioning out of that. And when I started that magazine, I started kind of experimenting with podcasts and vlogs and video and photography, and kind of started on the side little media company and doing a bunch of social media stuff to kind of be an add-on to the magazine. And so was getting out of that, and I wanted to do something specifically for Riverside. So the idea was like, I want to combine kind of the best of both worlds of what I've done of publishing and a printed magazine, and I know that world. And then over the last 6 years, really learning social media and video and where that's headed and where the attention is. And so rather than start the magazine first, I wanted to start the social media first. And so the first 6 months of doing the social media, video every day, I never even mentioned the magazine. Pretty much nobody knew it was coming, but that was kind of the plan all along. So I wanted to just like flip it on its head and start that way. And it proved to work pretty well.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Go, Eric. Go.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna make a joke saying he did the opposite of what Transworld magazine did. They unfortunately no longer print out issues, but they're now just on like social media and website. That was gonna be just the jab. Go on, Andrew. I'm sure you have a real question.
Well, now I forgot it. I was trying to
You
figure out what
suck.
you could do. Oh man, no. I was gonna say that I saw this 4 years ago, and then you just jumped into social media. Was the pandemic a part of it all? Like, was that hard to grow your following? When I'm sure there was like restaurant restrictions and all these different things that were going on.
Yeah, fortunately, I didn't start Be Local Riverside till it was like 9 or 10 months ago. So
Okay.
yeah, but the beginning of the pandemic is when I had started my real estate magazine, and a big part of that was we do these really large scale events. So I had a 250 person event scheduled for May 2020, and obviously that never happened. So COVID and the pandemic has actually really played into even this happening, because that kind of put a big dent in that magazine and trying to figure that out. And I was trying to go heavier on social media with that, but it wasn't really a part of it. And so that was probably the catalyst that pushed me out and trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to do? I need to pivot. And I really wanted to do something for Riverside. And so that's kind of how it was born.
Oh, that's awesome. Making the best out of a tough situation right there. That's rocking and rolling with it.
That's sweet. That's kind of what we did, right?
Yeah, there you go. Hey, so you're a bit into punk bands, am I right? I think I saw you put on a couple cool for Rat Hole Records.
Yep.
Nice. Did you, since you grew up around here, would you ever check out Spanky's when it was around?
Yeah.
Sick. I unfortunately am too young for Spanky's, but I went to Showcase Theater a lot growing up.
Yeah.
And I went to see the documentary that was at what's Rain Cross Brewery now. I believe it was Romano's at the time.
Yeah.
They played the Showcase Theater documentary, and they mentioned how it used to be Spanky's, and I think like No Doubt played there before.
Yeah, they did.
Oh,
I
awesome.
saw that doc. It was good. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sick. Yeah. Do you remember any of the cool bands that you saw run through Riverside? Well, I guess it was Corona, but the IE?
You know, I remember Spanky's. I was younger, and I saw a bunch of shows at the Showcase, and my brother's band in like the late 90s, early 2000s played at Showcase a bunch of times.
Did they go on tour?
So they were in a band, I think early 2000s, called Preston, and they went on Warped Tour, but they were like just a small, I think they went to like 2 or 3 states as far as they went.
Hey,
but
that's pretty cool.
at one point they were talking to Drive Through Records at that point.
Oh,
and nothing ever happened, and then they broke up. But
Yeah.
they were a really good like early post-punk like emo band.
Right. I'm sure they would have fit a lot of the who is on Drive Through Records.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's sweet. Sorry, I feel like it's such an interview. We have so many questions here. But I wanted to get to another question. You brought up the East Coast. So I was going to ask, where in the East Coast did you move? And I'm guessing that's kind of where you got into publication?
Yeah, that's where I started. So I moved there when I was, I guess, 18, 19. I went to a really small private school in South Carolina. And at the time, just wanted to leave California and go somewhere different. And I'd never been there. I didn't know anyone in South Carolina, and went out there and went to school there, and then eventually went up to North Carolina, and that's when I got into publishing. Working with a publishing company was in North Carolina.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you move to like? I mean, I just went out there last year to Raleigh, but
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
where
it
I was at.
beautiful out there.
Yeah.
It was there.
Yep. Yeah,
that was such a nice city. It's like it's big, but it's really easy to get around. Like it's not. It doesn't seem. It wasn't scary or like intimidating. You know,
what month were you there?
We couldn't get anywhere.
What month were you there? Do you know? Remember?
We were there in April, so I mean, it was beautiful.
Yeah, that's a good
time. Me and my friend were like just looking at we landed in the airport. Our Uber took us to the hotel, and we just were looking at all the trees and forests. We're like, where are we? We've never seen so many trees near an airport. So many
trees. It's like a blanket of trees.
Yep. And then we went to like a concert at this park, but the park was just surrounded by trees, and there was only one way in and one way out. So at the end of the night, we were getting confused of where our hotel was. There were just trees everywhere. We were following the crowd, and then we jumped on the wrong bus. So it was interesting. We explored a little.
I would have been stressing out the whole time, like, dude, we're on the wrong bus, man. I don't know where I'm at.
Dude, that was my friend's reaction. So we didn't even get to sit next to each other. We were sitting in different seats, and I'm all relaxed.
Sounds like middle school for me all over again, dude. I'm stressing.
Oh, it was he looked so stressed, and he kept looking back at me because I was at the back, and then I'm just like relaxed, and I'm like, dude, it is what it is. The bus is gonna take us. I'm like, these people are going somewhere too.
He's
I'm like,
freaking out. His eyes getting watery.
Yeah. And then they dropped us off in downtown Raleigh, but we didn't know because we didn't understand our geographical location. But yeah, we ended up getting dropped off in downtown. Our phones died. We were asking some bars to help us charge our phone, and people were saying no.
How convenient it was a bar.
It's a good thing you went in April. If you hadn't gone in July or August, you would have asked yourself, I didn't realize I could sweat this much. This humidity is it's brutal.
Humidity and me don't go along well. My hair is too thick, and I sweat so bad, man. The first time I went to New Jersey,
you be sweating through your cargo shorts, huh?
Was the concert by chance? Was it at Red Hat Amphitheater? Do you remember?
You know what?
Was it like a pretty big, decent sized outdoor amphitheater?
Yeah, it was a pretty big, and it was just like a field. So no amphitheater, no seats. It was just like a field, and it just surrounded by the trees. But I think you're right. Yeah. I want to say that's what it was. It wasn't too far. It was maybe like 10 minutes outside of downtown.
Okay, yeah.
It was beautiful. So how long did you live, or how long did you stay in North Carolina then?
I was in South Carolina from 2001 until 2011, and then in North Carolina until 2018.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what made you make the move back to California?
It's funny. California never stopped feeling like home, and I lived in a bunch of places actually. Before that, like I lived in Dallas for a while. I lived up in New England, outside Boston for a little while in my early 20s, and did a decent amount of traveling, and so really left California at 18 and lived in a bunch of places. But California never stopped feeling like home. You know, I still have family here, and I would come back once or twice a year. And like, you know that feeling when you're you're watching a movie or TV at someone else's house, and even if it's like one of your good friends or even a family member, you can't like fully relax and just on the couch and like, you know, take that deep breath and feel like you're at home. And then you go back to your house, just on the couch, like, I'm home. That's how it was for me. Like all the different places I lived, it wasn't until I came back, and specifically to Riverside too, that I was like, oh, after all these years, that's what I was missing.
It was just being that feeling of being home. Yeah. I would definitely say I agree with what that feeling was. My cousin Eric, I feel like sometimes I'd go to Riverside and it'd feel like I'd spend the night there, and I'd feel like I was so far away from home, but it wasn't that far away from home.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I mean,
you're watching Eminem music videos, stuff that I don't watch at home. It was fun.
This is
like, I wouldn't be watching this.
Eminem music videos, more than one. Which ones were they? I am whatever you said I am. There you go. Oh man,
your broken arm. I remember that.
That was a tough summer, I'll tell you that. And also, I'll tell you that a plastic bag from the grocery store does not help keep your arm cast dry in the pool. I learned the hard way, so don't do it, guys.
Oh, man, dude.
Do you want to get into this news real quick or what?
Let's do it.
All right,
let's up for it.
Let's break into some news. This is the scenario. Andrew, should we break into, I'm thinking the Jenga one first?
Let's bring it up. Let's do it.
Let's do. Oh, that's not that one.
You're giving away all our secrets.
I'm giving away all of the other segments. You know it, bro. All right, here we go. All right. So, you want to help us break down the news, Mark? You down?
Yeah,
All right,
let's do it.
sweet. Okay, so this is new world record. Man with the world's longest tongue breaks Jenga world record. And I got to say, you guys, I'm glad that my lady didn't come and help on today's episode because I feel like she might leave me after hearing this.
Oh, no.
And so it's a California man with the world's longest tongue. He set that when he measured his tongue at 3.97 inches. But apparently his new record, he managed to remove 5 Jenga blocks from a stack in 55.526 seconds. So that's under a minute, my guy?
That's some good time.
Yo, I mean, geez Louise, bro. I might need a cigarette after just reading that alone, you know?
Dude, I just wonder what goes through these people's heads. How does that come up in your mind? Like,
Well,
you know
what
let
do
me
you,
see something
obviously,
Jenga.
what are you supposed to do when you have the world's longest tongue? Obviously, you're going to play Jenga with it.
Jenga.
Dude, you sound dumb. I'm sorry I had you
I
to
guess
come
that's
at you
my
so.
bad, my bad.
Yeah,
That
I'm
wasn't where
sorry
my
to come
first
at you
thought
so sideways, bro. But like, what else is the guy supposed to do?
I mean, he was
guess
born
my
for
bad. He's
that.
from
He was
California.
exactly.
for
He
that.
was born for that. He's like, finally, this is what I've been practicing my whole life for.
He got
Oh,
made
man.
fun of growing up, but now he's the one laughing.
Yes, and you know it's funny because you could see his tongue on his chin when he's laughing. Apparently, so that's those are just reports, is what I heard. And so allegedly, and Stowe Burl, who also uses his record-breaking tongue to paint. Dang it! I wish I had some clips. I wish I pulled up photos of his painting.
He paints with his
man.
tongue?
He paints with his tongue, and I messed up. I biffed up, you guys. I biffed up, and I didn't load up any photos of that. But he said the Guinness World Record holder, being the world record holder, has changed his life. And I bet you the ladies are looking at him a little different. He said he's been able to go to different countries and see all different kinds of cultures, and hang out with good people and have good food. Is that what he calls it, huh? This guy's a cool guy.
That's a different kind of street cred.
Yeah. Yes. Man, this guy sounds cool.
Did they say what city he's from?
He's
What
from.
part of California?
He says it's from California. Salinas. Do you know where Salinas is?
So Central Valley, I think.
Oh, okay. All right. So Central Cali. Is that what that is?
Like Central Valley, I think. Like
Oh,
up north. A little bit.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not too familiar. Yeah. But
So speaking of world
mhm.
records, though, I was gonna ask. That's kind of on my bucket list. I want to, even if it's for a dumb one. Like, I mean,
What do you mean? Yeah.
I
don't think there's any
I'm
dumb
saying
ones,
that's very
bro.
talented, all right, don't call me out like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've been trying to look at like record books. I've looked at them since growing up. And I'm like, which one can I be?
Longest
Longest
toenails. Longest toenails. All you ever do is wear those rainbow flip flops. I know they're comfortable, bro, and they say last a lifetime, but you need to get a new pair.
My nails are starting to drag off the front of them. I'm tripping over my own nails.
Oh my gosh, it looks like a car with a front bumper that's really low. I want to see you. I want to see you in a pair of Crocs now. Honestly, pop those
Dude,
things out there
honestly,
out one of the holes.
I need to get on some Crocs. They look like they're stylish with some comfortability.
Hey
in it.
man, I'm 30 years old. I think I'm too old to like convert to getting Crocs now. There's like an age limit. I feel like older grandparents could rock the heck out of them, and then the youngsters can. And I'm like, I'm not gonna cuff my pants too high either. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna get you Crocs. I'm gonna get you Crocs.
Andrew, don't waste.
I'm gonna
Andrew,
put some Vans rubber on the bottom so you can skate in them.
don't waste the money. You're gonna waste money on yourself and me.
I think
gonna
you
have
can
to
support
wear
him.
Thank you, but my daughter's gonna be like, Dad, come on. I don't know. Maybe she'll be stoked about putting like pins on them or something like that.
True.
Yeah.
Get some with their name on it. Say Gracie.
Yeah. All right. Got any? What?
I'm coming for a record, dude. I'm
Uh-huh.
telling you, I'm gonna have a record one day.
What
Oh
was your?
yeah, I want one too.
like,
I've
yeah,
I've thought of that since I was a kid because I used to get the book.
Those
you
books?
look through it,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
and I had the same thought. I'm like, man, there has to be something Like, even if someone beats it, just to say at one point,
Yeah.
I had the world record for this.
Exactly.
Those twins on a moped, that was pretty cool. Maybe me and Andrew, we could do that.
Twins on the moped. I was gonna say maybe Mark could do the most restaurants tried. You know, maybe go to the most local spots. I
A
don't know.
triathlon. Thank you very much. I should have cued in the applause for that one, but it's fine.
That
Oh,
would be cool.
yeah.
All right.
Thank you,
Let's
listeners,
check
for
out
tuning
Palm
in to Palm Trees in Progress Presents on NBC KCAA 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1050 AM in the Inland Empire and worldwide on all streaming platforms. I'm your host, Erick Osario, and we are joined with us, as always, is the better half of the show, Andrew Berkeley Big Dog, and our special guest, Be Local Riverside himself, Mark Menzies. Did I get it closer that time?
Menezes.
Menezes. I'm so sorry.
Menezes.
Mark
Come on,
Menezes. Yeah. And he told me right before the show as well, so I was like, I just don't want to butcher it. And butcher away I did.
Yeah, when someone gets it right, I'm kind of shocked.
There
so
you go.
it's
There
all
you
good.
go. Oh, man.
Sorry.
Yeah. And don't forget, you guys could check us out live on kcaaradio.com for the live stream and check out the visuals. I'm wearing a cool Inconsiderate Board Shop sweater. Had to rock it today for the Riverside representation. And Andrew's got a cool Braves hat going on.
Hold on. But we got to talk about this. Oh, sorry. I always go the wrong way. Thank You Life.
Oh.
No, just shout out to Thank You Life, the nonprofit again that I've been working with.
Oh, awesome. Shout out to Thank
trying
You
to-
Life.
Shout out, Thank You Life. I don't know if you know, Mark. Probably not, but yeah, it's this psychedelic therapy that my good friend, him and his doctor, they've started their own therapeutic medical centers in Colorado. Now they've started this nonprofit.
Whoa.
But yeah,
Whoa.
it's
What are
been
they?
helping
Are they
out a
hitting
lot.
ketamine? Is ketamine
Yeah,
going on
yeah,
over there?
ketamine,
I heard a commercial
ketamine.
for that recently about how people are microdosing ketamine. But I heard a commercial on the radio about it, or maybe it was podcast, whatever. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
Dude, it's the next wave. It's definitely coming. I
The
mean, little by
next
little.
wave. These are how kids are talking nowadays.
Next wave, dude. It's the next wave.
Oh,
But yeah,
man.
no, I thought it was really cool. They've done all their studying and research for the last 15, 20 years. I'm just here to
Right.
jump on and
That's awesome.
and talk. And basically, I'm trying to get into the sports realm with like CTE, how different athletes, it's been known to help there. So that's kind of
Yeah.
where I came into the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend hit me up and said, hey, you work in, I used to work in the sports industry. So
You
I'm like,
grew
yeah,
up
that'd be great.
playing football, and then in Berkeley, you were helping out over there on the field, right? You were like giving
Yeah,
them water or something like that. What was it?
Hydration manager.
Oh,
Is that what it was?
Hydration
That's pretty
manager.
sick.
It was better. I was
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
sports-
Hey,
I was a
hey,
sports
don't-
manager.
Talk about Bobby Boucher that way, my friend.
at Cal?
Yeah, Cal.
Okay.
That was a lot of fun for me, being able to do that. And we actually went to UNC. We traveled over there. So I was traveling with the football team, and that was a great time for me. And just meeting all those athletes is just kind of, I worked for the Rams, and I was working in sports, and I loved it. But I think for me, it's my passion that I love to have fun with. I don't want to make it work.
Yeah.
I
That's
kind
cool.
of lost my passion for it. So I like waking up on Saturdays and Sundays and watching the games, not have
Yeah.
to be at a game.
Yeah, Berkeley's a cool campus. Actually, my senior year of high school, I took a recruiting trip there for football.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What?
I was a
Nice.
place kicker at North High School in Riverside.
Oh, nice. Heck yeah.
Sweet, dude. Yeah, their campus it's tons of hills. It's really wide, and it's just in the middle of a city.
Yeah, cool stadium too. Got to go to a game, and yeah.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I got so lucky too. My high school football coach, he knew a coach up there, and when I came to applying for schools, he talked to one of the coaches there, and the coach said, hey, you could get a scholarship for being an equipment manager. And
Wow.
for me, I was like, what? You could get a scholarship for that? That's pretty cool. So took the job, and I have endless amounts of gear, shoes, hats. It was crazy.
What-
It was the best
What
time
about
ever.
what about your cool Yeti? Your cool Yeti.
Oh yeah, my Yeti cooler. We went to a bowl game, and we got so many gifts. We got like speakers, coolers. It was just a world that I just don't think I'll ever know again.
I was
And
like,
I'm
why
okay
does this
with that.
Yeti have Cheez-Its like blasted on this? And
Yeah,
he's
it was
like,
the Cheez-It Bowl.
the
That was
Cheez-It Bowl,
worst.
dude. Duh.
All of our stuff had
Yeah.
Cheez-It stuff all over. So
Yeah,
it wasn't like a cool
Yeah,
logo,
they get hooked up, man. I actually ended up going to University of Kansas. I was gonna play football there, and then long story short, got in a car accident, ended up coming back. But so I was there. I remember the first day, like opening my locker, and there's like 6 pair of Nikes and boxes. I was like, man, what the heck
sick.
is this?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
and that's what I used to do. I used to stay up the night before and put all the boxes in all
Yeah.
the lockers, and then we'd make our own little locker and put our boxes too.
Yeah.
But that's cool, dude. Mark, you have you're like a traveling man with so many stories. I just keep finding out something new and new.
Yeah,
awesome.
it's some of my friends tell me I'm like Forrest Gump. It's like you have all these different things that you've done. I've done a lot of different things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of Forrest
Life's
Gump,
like a box of chocolate.
you guys ever go to Bubba Gump's?
I've actually oh no, I have eaten there one. Years ago.
Yeah, I went there one time, and it was before I've seen the Forrest. I guess I've seen Forrest Gump as a child, but I'm like, it's on in the background.
Yeah.
Before I've seen the movie, we were in Santa Monica, and someone wanted to hit it up. I'm like, cool. And I'm like, oh, run, Forrest, run. Like when you want your waiter or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's funny. I get a chicken sandwich.
Oh.
I got a bacon chicken sandwich, and it was delicious. I'll tell you that right now. But I told people, oh, yeah, I want a Bubba Gump. They're like, I guess everyone that I was with there also were like, what are you doing? I'm like, I like chicken sandwich. I want a chicken sandwich.
At least you can get chicken strips.
Yeah, you know what I mean? At least I didn't get chicken strips. But now I'm like, I see the movie, I'm like, yeah, I guess I probably could have got one of those shrimp orders that, they talk about in the movie. Or
You could have got jumbo shrimp, little shrimp, all kinds of shrimp, dude. There's
Fried
tons of
shrimp.
shrimp.
Coconut shrimp.
Coconut shrimp. Barbecue shrimp.
Yeah. Should have got one of those. A lot of options, and I got a chicken sandwich.
So now this is funny. I'm glad you brought it up, Mark. Do you go to any chain restaurants? Do you go to chains, or are you kind of anti-chains?
I won't say never, but I like 99.9% of the time, no. Just local stuff.
I knew he was an anti-chain because he has a wallet with a chain on it right now. That's not true. That's
Like
not true.
I hit up Bakers just because like they're local. It's a local thing.
Yes, i.e. Yeah.
So that's usually if I'm gonna go to a chain, if it has some kind of local connection, then
That's cool,
then
yeah.
I'll do it. Yeah.
It wasn't until recently I found out that Baker's was like a IE, kind of
Yep.
like only burger joint or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
San Bernardino.
Yeah, that's rad. Heck yeah. San Bernardino be pumping out some fast food. They really know that stuff.
The fast foods.
All right.
Dude, I really need to take this metro out there more often. I need to just go. It's $5 to get to you. That's so cool. I need to go to Riverside more.
You should.
Yeah, Andrew. It's not like you don't have any options of what to do down here. Yeah, you take
I
you
know,
and your lady, take a nice little trip out here on the metro, listen to some Berlin on the way over here, and I don't know, have a good old day. Have a good old day, ride the metro out.
I know.
Because we don't want you to
Especially,
stay
like,
here for
today,
too long.
I was looking at the directions. It says it's gonna take me an hour and like 25 to get to the station.
How long is it from the metro?
On the train, it's an hour and 27. So for me, the way I look at it, I'm like, I could sit on a train and not have to worry about driving, not be in traffic, and I could just, do whatever I want.
Right.
Or I could drive and sit in traffic and just have to be driving a car. So for me, if they're both going to be an hour and 20 something, I definitely would take the metro.
Oof.
Just simple facts.
Yeah.
I'm a big public transportation guy. It's fun.
Let's hit up this next news article. So, God-given rights, huh, Andrew? I think I sent you this one. So a judge in Canada recently ruled that giving the middle finger is protected under their country's Charter of Rights and Freedom. So in Canada, take this, eh? Am I right?
Take off, eh?
Yeah, take off. Why don't you sit on this and spin, eh? Oh, you don't like this one? He's got a nice little brother right here, twin brother. Hey. Oh man. So
that's why I love the East Coast. I feel like they talk to each other like that. They just keep insulting each other, but it doesn't go like too aggressively. They're just really good at insulting.
It doesn't get past a roast session. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you sounded like you were in the East Coast and you're just talking to each other. Like, hey, look out of here. Just kind of like that. I don't know.
Get out of here.
Yeah, especially up in Boston.
Oh, man. Yeah, I've never made the trip. But I have watched The Town, and I get that sense from it. Definitely get that sense from the Ben Affleck film, The Town.
Dude, I love Boston. Boston's amazing.
How do you like those apples?
I like those apples.
It's a good movie.
It's a good one.
It's
not your fault.
I agree with.
It's not your fault.
Thank you, though.
Don't do that. Oh man. So yeah, I guess he was quoted saying it's not a crime to give someone the finger. Flipping the bird is a God-given, chartered, enshrined right that belongs to every red-blooded Canadian. That's pretty awesome, man. I don't know. I gotta say.
No, I agree with it, man. I don't think it should be a problem. I mean, it's like, I mean, yeah, saying mean words is, I don't know. It's just a physical action. I don't know.
I mean,
don't
yeah,
think
I
there's
could see
anything
it's
wrong with it.
aggressive for sure. It's aggressive and
Yeah.
like, I mean, yeah, it's legal out there to do, but I mean, you can't assume the repercussions that happens if you do it in traffic. You know what I mean? So I mean it's not gonna. I'm not gonna say that everyone you do it to in traffic's a law-abiding citizen. So you know,
It might take a little more personal.
yeah, I might not get my Stone Cold Steve Austin, you know what I mean, on every time someone cuts me off.
Okay, but I mean, if he comes and he hits you because you gave him a middle finger, I mean, and then you're in a
Then that guy's
they're gonna
pretty
ask-
cool.
they're gonna-
I'm just kidding. Oh no, horrible. Don't resort to violence. But
That's so horrible. I'd be pissed, man. He's like, I'm like, why'd you hit me? You gave me the middle finger. So, what's the problem?
what's the problem, man?
Keep it moving. Just keep it
it
moving.
moving. Oh man, Stone Cold was awesome. He's kind of like my father influence via television. Just that's why.
you go to the breweries.
Yeah, and that's also why my shirt's just soaked every time I try to drink a beer. It's just I slam two together and just none of it makes it in my mouth. It's pretty awesome.
So he'd be pretty pissed that you drink IPAs, huh?
Huh? Oh no, Mr. Steve Austin.
Does he like IPAs?
Not only does he like it, he has his own Stone Cold Steve Austin's like beer, like
Is it with Stone Brewery?
no, no, he
Well, they missed on that
missed
one.
he really missed an opportunity. Everyone's
With
missed.
Cold Stone Creamery.
There you go. That's who. That's his ice cream. Actually, it's pretty. It's open up a can of Whoopah. Excellent. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and oh man, I can't remember off the top of my head where what. But you know, it's a San Diego brewing company that he does it with.
Isn't that Stone Brewery?
I hate you, Andrew. Like, you guys have so many breweries out in San Diego. He used to live in San Diego. That's why I'm saying you guys. Man, I went to the Stone Brewery and they're like, take this little van, whatever. You know, you could have like a little party bus to all the different breweries in there for like a certain price. It looked like a long list. It looked like a long list.
Dude, there was this one time when I was working down there, I had to go to Stone Brewery and meet like all the different ones. I had to meet up with like their manager, the plant manager, he's basically the head guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so at the end of our last tour, at the big one, he was like, "Hey, dude, so do you drink beer?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." He's like, "All right, cool." He's like, "Follow me out back." We go out back, dude. This guy gives me maybe 15 cases. Just starts pumping it into my trunk of my car. My car's just getting loaded up. And I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "No, dude. Honestly, yeah." He's like, "We have so much extra." He's like, "Just take it all." He's like, "Go party with your friends or whatever." I'm like, "Okay." Definitely not supposed to be taking alcohol from clients, but
First I need to
was
find
like,
friends.
"Oh." He's like, "Don't even worry about it." But there was that. What type of beer is it where you have to wait for it to like age at a certain like time?
Is it say Best Buy? Is it the Best Buy? Because that's Stone's Brewery.
I think okay, then it's
Yeah,
the Best Buy,
and then
was
they
like-
have a
it
certain
had, like,
date on it, or Enjoy
four-
By.
Yeah, it was a 420 edition one.
Yeah.
that they
Usually
had.
that's what they do. Almost every year they have an Enjoy By 420. I believe they just recently dropped this year's as well. How did you like it?
It was great, dude. It was
Awesome.
actually one of the best Stone Brew beers that I've ever had. So.
Are you a
Go
big
check it
fan
out.
of everything that they pump out, or?
I mean, I guess I think honestly for me, I've really lost the taste for beer. I guess like I can't really decipher what's. I mean, I could taste a bad beer, and be like, yeah, that's all right. But I don't know. I can't find my favorite. I'm really bad with my flavor palette.
Right.
Like, even with food, I'm pretty plain. That's why like I enjoy.
So you must
like,
be the
what Mark
worst.
does.
You must be the worst kind of person, like going to like a winery. I suck because I'm like,
I just drink it.
and I'm just like, I go based off. You know how they have the price next to it? It's like this is the most expensive bottle. I'm like, let me get from the most expensive bottle to the way down, because all of the tasters, you know, if you buy 5 samples or whatever, 5 tasters, it's the same price. So I'm like, I don't know about wine. I'm just let me get my most bang for my buck. That's why I get the $2 bag of hot Cheeto fries, my guy. You know, I'm just plain smart. By the way, it's Broken Skull IPA is Steve Austin's Broken Skull IPA, and it's by El Segundo Brewing Company.
Ooh.
So not San Diego, El Segundo. I don't know. Where's that, Andrew? Is that close to it?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely close. That's
Okay,
San Diego.
cool. San Diego.
San Diego. Good times. Miss San Diego.
All right,
Let's
so
talk about.
we got this one. That guy just loaded up on the screen without giving anything to it. But dress for the job you want, not the degree that you're accepting. So Kyoto University, located in Japan, allows you to wear whatever you want during graduation. And a few photos recently have been going from the ceremony have been going viral. So here's one, Andrew. It's looking like he's smoking. Are we getting Jim Carrey the Mask vibes from this one?
That was good.
Is it
That was good.
giving? See, I could talk to kids. It's lit, fam. It's lit. That's
What's
the
that
dude
new
spoken.
thing, Raz or Riz?
Oh, Riz. Yeah. I'm a Riz G. Apparently.
What's Riz?
Riz is.
Eric would know.
Unfortunately, I do know because of social media. And so Riz is what the young kids are saying, basically like game or I believe it's. I don't know if this is the origin from
Equivalent
it,
to
but
swag?
yeah, it's like what kids used to say for swag, or like a couple years ago as well.
Okay.
And I believe what I heard, the origin of it is like charisma, so like Riz, like because they're smooth with the opposite sex, or they're just smooth. So Riz, charisma. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm the dumb person who's still trying to make sense of these words, these
Yeah, you
slang
should let it
terminology. Yeah, I'm just
You
like,
gotta let it happen.
no, it has to
Make
make
sense
sense
of it.
for something.
When I heard
Charisma.
Riz, I thought it was like candy, like a Razzle. I think that's a candy, right?
I don't know. Sounds like you're just making it up.
I don't know. I feel like Razzles are candies, or maybe it's from a movie.
No,
Razzles.
I
don't
think
know.
you used to love gulping down something that rhymes with Riz.
Oh my!
It's E.T. There's an E.T. right there.
I'm all about that biz.
That is. Oh man.
Is that a legit picture? Someone wore that to their graduation?
Someone wore that one. Yeah, to the graduation.
Wow. Those
Yes.
arms.
Japan?
So that's supposed to be E.T. I know you can't get too good of a look at that one. And I think there's another one, but I want to show a video. That's a cute cat. That's a cute cat right there. And there's that one. Who dressed up as that? Okay, I got a cool video that I think we can all appreciate, and it's from the ceremony. So, Andrew, small talk while I load up the video.
Sweet. Okay. Well, Mark, I actually want to go back to the football real quick. So, place kicker. You grew up playing football then, and then Kansas. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Are you still a fan of Kansas?
No. I mean, I played soccer growing up and played competitive soccer, and I got into high school my sophomore, junior year, and my dad's like, you should go, try out for the football team, kick field goals. I'm like, Dad, I'm a soccer player. So my sophomore year, all my buddies went out played for the football team. So I'm like, all right, I don't want to be left out. So I'd never kicked a football. So I'm like, all right, I'll go try it. And my first kick, my junior year, I broke the school record. And I think I broke most of the school records before my senior
sick.
year.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Oh, and what high school was that?
North in Riverside, John W. North.
Nice.
Got the video queued up.
See a microphone?
We'll figure it out in a second. That was what I guessed. Andrew, what are you guessing?
Oh,
A
it is.
lamp.
But not any lamp.
Pixar.
A Pixar lamp.
Yeah, Pixar.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah, that was my favorite as well.
This is college. This is a college graduation.
Yeah, it was Kyoto University, which is in Japan. So that's awesome. And
There's some furries in
That's
the audience.
amazing.
You
I
know-
see a Teletubby.
that is a Teletubby, and I'm not hearing a difference. Yeah, man. So speaking of furries, I it's funny. That's a funny segment. Segue.
Good segue.
But
Yeah.
I went to the Comic Con in Ontario last year, and there's furries all over the place. And I went on Sunday, unfortunately, which was the last day, but it was from Friday to Sunday. And I thought to myself, driving by the Hampton or whatever kind of hotels that are around the where they're holding the event, and I just think, I'm like, dude, imagine all of the furries and the weird things happening. I mean, not weird, cool things that are happening in these hotel rooms. I was with my lady,
Oh,
and I was like,
man.
you know what, dude? Like, honestly, if we had Saturday or Friday tickets, I would for sure be like, we got to go to one of these hotel bars. We got to go to one of these hotel bars and, just kind of chop it up. I'm like, we got enough Riz. We got enough Riz. We're
enough Riz.
charismatic enough to make some friends and be like, dude. And I'm like, dude, if we got invited to the room, talking to my lady, I'm like, if we got invited to the room, we have to go, right? Like, I'm not saying anything. We're not going to participate in anything, but I'm like,
Oh my God.
she's like, well, yeah, I mean, that'd be insane if we
Be
didn't go.
rude if you
Yeah.
didn't.
Rude, right? That's exactly why, because we don't want to be rude. But I'm like, that'd be insane if we didn't. That's like, how many opportunities are you going to have to do that? And unfortunately, it was a Sunday, like I said, so I believe everyone was probably going to be checking out of the hotels that day. But
They checked out at 11. They don't even. Oh, their luggage is on the side.
just tails packing out of Samsonite briefcases.
Ready to jump on their Uber to get to the airport in Ontario.
Oh, man. Oh, can you imagine how bad those suits smell by the end of that? By the end of that 3-day weekend? Oh, man.
Ooh.
Not shaming anybody. So we got about 2 minutes before we got to get out of here. Thank you again, Mark, for taking the time and being part of the show. Why don't you let some of the listeners know, again, where they could find you and what the IE is all about?
Yeah, so Be Local Riverside on Instagram, just BE Local Riverside, and TikTok. And then if you go to belocalpub.com, you can find it, a digital version of the magazine there. And if you want a physical copy, the Made shop in Riverside, it's over by the Plaza. It's a store that they sell local artists, bunch of really cool stuff, artists, other stuff there. But it's free at the counter, so you can pick up a physical copy there.
Oh, how awesome. And you said a thick one right there is like 70.
It's 70 pages, yeah.
70 pages.
Ooh.
So you guys could be thumbing through some dope art and some articles and stuff like that. So make sure to pick it up and reach out if you guys just want it mailed to your house, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
so there you go. That's awesome. Andrew, do you want to say anything before we get out of here?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, Mark. I appreciate you coming on. Again, I'm sorry I couldn't get out there, but I appreciate what you're doing. I think that was a great quote that you said. You know, you really are showing it's really hard to hate on Riverside and the IE and anything.
That's
dude.
so hard.
I love it. It's really making me want to be more a part of the community. So I love this show that I get to do and meet people like you that are really trying to support local businesses. So thank you for what you do and thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for having me, guys. It's great.
Yeah, of course. All right. And thank you for all the listeners and everyone who tuned in on KCAAradio.com for the live stream and who tuned in on, you guys know where you're listening to us at. And Palmtrees in Progress presents every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. And check out all the past episodes on all streaming platforms and YouTube. And but Andrew, how's the TikTok going? How's the Twitter going?
I think we got 25 followers now, right? I think your mom just followed us.
My mom, your Tia?
My mom.
Gosh darn, no one is sacred with this guy. Oh, man. All right, guys. Thank you for everyone for listening. All right, catch you guys next week.
We're on board KCAA's Inland Talk Express. KCAA, Loma Linda, 1050 a.m. The station that needs no listener.